russellformining.com.au, and joining me today is Donald Garner, the Managing Director for Iltani Resources. Donald, it is great to see you again. How are you?
Good, thanks, Shane. It's great to see you again.
I'm thrilled to have you back on. We've got some terribly exciting results to talk about, which we will in just a minute. First and foremost, I wouldn't mind jumping back 2 weeks ago to when Iltani Resources announced their latest non-executive director, Karina Bader, to the board. Congratulations. Karina is an incredible person. Tell me, how did this come about?
Look, I've known Karina for a few years now because we're both in Melbourne, and I've approached her in the past about potentially coming on a board as an ed. And when she was with Acorn Capital, she wasn't able to do this. And she left Acorn Capital in December, so we moved quickly to snap her up. You know, she's got the skill set we want. She's incredibly well connected and respected in the mining industry, and also being based in Melbourne, it's cost effective for us as well. And as we're growing the company, you know, we've grown the board. So this is a step from our IPO in a way.
It certainly is. Now, let's move forward to the outstanding. I know we're calling it more of the same, but this is the problem. You're just continuing to set such a high standard when it comes to these silver grades that you're pulling out of the ground. Orient West, I'm going to check my notes. One intercept was 1,933 grams per tonne of silver. Donald, this infill drilling was incredible. Can you, again, pull out some of the highlights for us?
Look, this is the first 7 holes we drilled at Orient West, and yeah, we got up to say 2,000 grams silver equivalent over 1 meter in one of the holes. So it's really pleasing to see that, and it's also pleasing to see the continuity of the high grade mineralization at Orient West, because this gives us a great degree of confidence that the mineralization will project at depth, and we can follow up as an underground target. So as I said, this is the first 7 holes of the 42-hole program. We demobilized the rig in December in anticipation of the wet season, and if you've seen the cyclonic forecast for the next week, it looks like the wet season is finally arriving in northern Queensland with, you know, 3 tropical lows sitting off various parts of the Queensland coast. So, you know, we're watching and monitoring the situation, because we can't wait to get back on the ground in March and continue drilling at Orient West and Orient East. But these results are great, and it gives a really good idea of the potential of the project, the fact that we're hitting these high grades at Orient East and also these high grades at Orient West. And as you know, when you've been there, it's a fair distance between the two, so there's a lot of potential to test between the two. But for the meantime, we're going to focus on Orient West, Orient East, and then we'll work out what's going on in the middle area.
Now, obviously, you know, this is one of the downsides of exploring in the top part of Australia at this time of year. So there's the hurricane season that you need to let pass. But what can we look forward to in the coming weeks while we wait out these storms?
Well, let's see what happens with the cyclones first. So cyclones southern hemisphere, hurricanes northern hemisphere, but they are the same thing.
Busted.
They're just called different things, but they are exactly the same. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I say, we're planning to mobilise at the start of March, get back on site, get drilling. You know, we're speaking to the contractor at the moment. You know, we're going to come back with 2 RC rigs and a diamond rig, and we're just staffing up that program. But you know, we're just watching and waiting to see what happens with the weather, because if there's a lot of precipitation, a lot of rain, you know, we have to wait for the ground to dry out and the access roads to dry out as well. And it's not necessarily in that area. It's where the cyclone can impact the sort of the logistical chain, the roads network in other areas, which impacts us as well. So we're just watching and waiting. But we did the right thing, demobilizing. Didn't seem like it that at the time, but you know, in hindsight, yep. So yeah. And then, you know, in the meantime, Mining One are working away on the Orient East exploration target. So hopefully we will see that early February. And once we've got the exploration target and the block model from Mining One, we can use that to further refine our planned drilling going forward. And when investors see, can look at the exploration target for Orient West and the exploration target for Orient East, I think that will give them a good idea of, the potential of the project and where it's likely to go as we drill the exploration targets to JORC resources in 2025. So the plan for 2025 is to JORC Orient West and JORC Orient East, plus continue to grow west and east and test the other targets in the area.
Listen, Donald, it is going to be a big year ahead. Don't you worry. I cannot wait to get back out on site when that ground opens up again. Thank you so much for being here today. It was great to see you.
And thank you for your time as well.